Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
John Riggio joining us, our architect, our pro tennis player, our author, and soon-to-be movie star. I think that might be next. How are you? Good to see you as always, John.
Hi, Jill. How's everything there?
Great. It's getting better because it's back to school tomorrow, so I'm really excited about that. To have little kids, it's just great. So I'm excited when they go. I'll be so much happier. Do I seem
Yes.
anxious? I am, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I already went through those things going to school and everything.
I know, I
And
know.
yes, so today I usually talk about my architecture career and my office here in Metuchen, New Jersey. But since there were so many things from last week about my tennis memories, I can continue on. Just by chance, I was able to piece together the names that I was talking about last week. And well, I think one important player that I was talking about, his last name was Mother, but I remembered his first name. His first name
Mm-hmm.
is Mendelheim.
Mm-hmm.
And I really didn't just remember it myself, just by chance last week. And on Sunday, I had my usual tennis teaching. And a nice guy, Karl Lee, stopped over. He works over here at Rider University, teaches tennis to the college students. Tells me he helped. They have three pros that they helped out
Wow.
to improve their game, and he has a whole story to him. But just by chance, I was asking him because he said he was usually living in California all the time, and he's just recently over here. And yeah, he gave me the first name, mother's first name. He remembered him from playing over there. He's about 10 years older than me, but he remembers a lot of the players from years ago. And so yes, so that player's name was Mendelheim Mueller. I think there was another couple interesting things about that player. One of them is not only did he use the one who always used to see in writing that I was the number one player when he was younger, and told me about it was that he was also accepted into Clemson, and that he was also getting entertained by Mitsubishi. They were interested in maybe picking him up. His contract numbers, what I was told, I was just remembering, weren't as high. They were a lot lower, maybe like 100 million. Not 100 million, 100,000. Of course, mine was 100 million with the Mitsubishi. And his contract, they entertained him talking to him at much lower numbers. But of course, playing pro tennis, it's really important. And so I remembering him, his playing and his memory was really good. And I was just pieced together by this other player from California. I did not remember his name myself. It was from years ago. And so that was really interesting. I think there was another player over there that had a name similarity to a player that is in recent times. His name was Joey Blake, because I think there's a recent player in time in the news and over there in my generation. And I see he has his own page there on Facebook that he's keeping his tennis playing going, which is always pretty good. I was younger to play a match against me. So that was really good. I was happy about that. And so those were some players out there from California, and that was really important. And I think just to locate this in the book here, something and my own story
John,
of
you're
tennis.
freezing up a little bit. I'm so sorry. I don't know why, but I see you frozen. Could you just repeat what you just said?
So
I don't think we have a good connection for some reason
yes,
today.
this is my own court, the life story of tennis legend John Riggio. And the book is really mine on. online. It's on Amazon. You can also get it at Barnes and Noble. Other internet retailers have it. You just go there. You can get the ebook. It's really easy. You could buy the ebook right on Kobo, and it's really good. If you read in different languages, I noticed the Barnes and Noble e-reader is the easiest to translate because you could highlight the text on the ebook, and then you just press the dictionary translate, and it translates the letters into any language. So that helps the Kindle. It's like the Kindle special app to make it work. It's up to you. If you know what international reading and things like that, you could probably translate it real easy. So let me
Mm-hmm.
just get back to sharing this again. So this here is the okay, back on the Kindle here.
Okay. My
And
own.
I think some of these stories that I'm talking about are going back just before 1987.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is over here. And these are during really the national tournament. So this is court 33, and then right before
Mm-hmm.
court 33 was really this playing. And when I met these other players, and this is the time when I met these players from also from the going from the junior years heading into was then going into the national tournament. So some of these players were before the national tournament as a junior, and then some of the players were starting to I was talking about were at the
Yeah.
time of the national tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So this here was really so playing here at the time of the junior US Open, and that's where these stories started to come out. About in from 1984 going to 1985, and then I turned the age of 18 at that point, and then entered into the world of the adult tennis. And the adult tennis was also at the time when I was 18 playing the national tournament. The national tournament then leads into the Davis Cup because just how the tournaments work, I have a list on my book from the national tournament. At that age, the next thing is to get into the Davis Cup. After that point, you could always try to continue to play in the Davis Cup or the national tournament. It's up to you, but it's sort of just like a progression as you're moving up. The idea is really as you move up, you go through these tournaments and this is just some different things here. Uh, Playing, and this is over here, the 1984 with the Clemson University, and they're backing up my tennis, and I have it just written here about the different things. Um, a lot of my playing was also on the Saturday morning was done on the CBS channel. They had this Sunday, Saturday morning, and sometimes on Sunday, they'd have tennis players. And that's where a lot of that tennis was coming from, was really from the young pros playing. And they had all kinds of things with the tennis camera going on and turning on all of a sudden, and then you'd watch it on television. And that's usually the best way to do it with all the different parameters of what's happening with tennis. That was the best way to televise it. It put the less stress on everyone, and then the less people could interfere with what was happening. So then this is in the book here. I have all those different stories, and then this ends up here at the
Mm-hmm.
as an adult, there's no more um high school courts for me to rely on. I had to then make my way and go over to the National Tennis Center, and that's
Mm-hmm.
where it shows here from years ago has a court number 33, which they let me have for myself and was completely renovated. They took put some bleachers around it, and it
Yeah.
really became part of the tennis playing there.
Mm-hmm.
I think in previous years ago, that whole little set of courts were really part of the public park. The tennis center slowly grew larger, and as it grew larger, they took that whole area and they were starting to use it as part of the tennis center. So
Mm-hmm.
when I was there, it was already made part of the tennis center, but then they just renovated it. So that was
Uh,
really a little interesting piece of history. And so I think that was real interesting. And then from there, of course, it goes over to the Alley Pond, where I have more memories and more things going on
mm-hmm.
there. So let me just stop the share on that.
Sure.
So I think that was really a lot of information. I think just by chance this weekend, this nice player came over there, Karl Lee, and he filled in the information because I had forgot this other tennis player's name. I had no way to remember. So that was pretty good. So I think as other people remembering these players helps out. I think that was really good. And so there's all kinds of interesting tennis going on from what I'm told. All kinds of people getting involved with pro tennis and teaching tennis and things like that. So that was really very good. I think just by chance he just gave us a little sample of his tennis playing style.
Mm-hmm.
He was showing it to us, and that was really very interesting. So I think those things were very good, and I think let's see, I think just to, not to make things so boring, from years ago there were some more celebrities I used to also know.
Let's see. I love the list.
So really, one celebrity that isn't in the book. I
Oh.
didn't want to disrupt her. Uh, but I knew her just as long as really Britney Spears, as far as entertainment goes,
Mm-hmm.
and watching tennis, watching concerts was really a Jennifer Lopez.
Oh my
I think
goodness.
everyone knows Jennifer Lopez these
Love
days.
J-Lo. Yes.
Yeah. When I first met her, she was really very young. Her career wasn't that big at that time.
Do you have a picture of her?
I don't have a picture of her now.
I was waiting for it. I'm like, wait, am I missing something?
I don't have a picture, but she was, of course, involved with entertainment, entertainment,
Yeah.
um, seeing other entertainers, sport players, things like that. And she was there at the same time Britney Spears was there. So I think Britney Spears is in the book because I got to know her father first,
Mm-hmm.
um, who was Jamie Spears, and then of course got to know her at the same type of situation there at the tennis center. But I also did get to know Jennifer Lopez too. And I think one thing which was interesting just to do things with entertainers was I was able to go to a few of her concerts just starting off. And so that was pretty good. So I was able to return the favor and go over and see a few of those starting off. And I think those are pretty good because there's no pay. And you go there and was able to see that happen. Of course, there were a few other entertainers like that. And but she, of course, from
Mm-hmm.
that time in the year like 1988 or something like that, is really very well known these days. She's still in the news. The news that I read, she's still there
Yeah.
and still really big, which was really amazing. So I think that was something there. And then she was really there also for all kinds of things that I talked about, all exciting things that happened in the book with my tennis.
Yeah.
She witnessed a lot of it. In fact, I think she was uh, more visible as far as someone who liked the pro tennis scene was over the years than Britney Spears. I think Britney Spears went off. Didn't really see her after like 1992, but in fact, Jennifer Lopez was still present there years later. I did see her, and she was always friendly with me and everything like that. And she was really impressed with my tennis playing too, which she can tell was a
Yep.
top tennis player. And I think so from the time I first initially had met her, 2 years later when I was still at the top playing tennis, her career had grown really amazingly large and is really one of the premier entertainers in music. And so that was really amazing. And so that is another name I didn't talk about. There's so many different people I know from playing the tennis that I didn't really say, but I think that is really something really amazing.
Absolutely is. Oh my goodness. You are amazing. Gosh, I don't know how you do it all and you continue to still work so hard. And I mean, when was the last time you played tennis? Did you play this weekend at all?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Yes, tell me.
Yeah, I did play this weekend and went up to the to the local courts and w played a lot of nice tennis. I think I can even get on a I can get on some pictures that I have of the weekend that I was playing this week,
Yeah.
and I can just show them here in 2 seconds. So what happened was, so this player that had showed up this weekend, which was really amazing, was this player Carl. So I have his pictures here,
Hmm.
and I could just show them in 2 seconds. Let me just get them right here. And they're just right over here. Let's see where they are. Um, oh, there they are. Okay. Just have to just do this for 2 seconds. And yes, so what happened is he has his own style of playing. He has all kinds of other things. I have to see maybe he's interested in coming on to the show. It's always a possibility.
Awesome.
But I think the most important thing that he was really from California with the same generation of players,
Yeah.
a little older, just slightly older. I think things are very sensitive with playing because what happens is every 10 years is like another generation of players. So like 10 years is just at the between one generation and the other. Usually like 14 years is when it sort of really heads over to the next group of players.
Hmm.
So what happens here is is this here. So let me just put this right here.
I don't see it yet.
Okay, let me just wait for these pictures to expand. I could just open one in 2 seconds.
All good.
Okay, great. All right, so let me just share this now.
Sure. Bring it on.
Okay, so now this here, can you see this full photograph?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so this is my weekend tennis, and I think this weekend was a little different than other times because Carl stopped by and he wanted to show us his style of playing, which he is telling me has produced three pro players that they can learn very quickly from college and they could really start to advance to play. And I think this picture is really from my warm up. I went through my
Hmm.
initial playing just so he can get an idea of how I show the players how to hold the grips, swing the racket, and then do a little run around the track. Because I always explain if you're just starting to tennis as you're like a little kid, you could run across the tennis court, not knowing how far it is from the
Yeah.
baseline to the net, and you can fall down right on your face. So it's really I always explain to jog around the perimeter of the court and do this
Mm-hmm.
also this little star exercise just to get an idea if you're in good health too, to see if
Yeah.
you're too winded and you need to do more jogging and bicycling or something like that. And so this is some important things. So this is my initial playing here. And then this here was Carl was just showing some samples of his playing. And let me go to the next slide. Okay, so this here he's just showing some samples of his playing, and I just have it here. And so he was very nice that he visited. And this is, let me just shut this off. So this is his playing, and he's giving just a little example of really a quick start on learning from maybe an older age, not really a young toddler age. This is designed to learn from when you are 18 years old and
Mm-hmm.
in college. And then from there, you would then learn how to advance very quickly, moving up as far as learning how to play the tennis.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this idea was also very effective that you could even play as far as a pro tennis player, learning very quickly. And so he gave me this little example of playing, which is really good. He's about 10 years, 11 years older than me.
Okay.
And this is two players. The guy on the right side, he's a regular, and this guy on the left side, he just bought a racket the very first day to play here with us.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yes, he played maybe a couple times, like 10 years ago or something, he
Mm-hmm.
says, and he just bought that racket today just to play. This is his very
Wow.
first day playing tennis. So he has the racket, just went over to like the department
Mm-hmm.
store, bought his racket. I always like to see what racket people buy when they go to
Mm.
the department
Right?
store, not having any idea what brand
Yeah.
or what racket they're gonna buy. So he is just that's his first day playing. And the guy on the right side, he's just learning too, but he's been here a few times. He's starting to learn how to play better. And then after these players get better, they play in my afternoon session where they just hit the ball. We play double singles, no lessons in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is now we have three. This is another guy. This
Oh
is
wow.
also Kansas over here on the left side. He's a regular for learning how to play. And he bought my book. He thinks it's an amazing book. He gave me great reviews. He was really impressed with it. He uh he was really amazing reading the book, and he's coming back more and more to learn how to play tennis. So now
Sweet.
so now we have he's showing how to do a quick start where it's 2-on-1 and uses these little cones.
Okay. Oh,
This is another one. This is another little
okay.
12
Whoa.
second video. So this here showing, so now they're just trying to hit the ball. And this is the same idea. I think over the overall idea is to just keep hitting the ball over the net. And whoever doesn't, we're really supposed to do 10 push-ups, but
How did
they
that
let
work
them
out?
all come.
That's awesome.
So that's the basic tennis. This is a still shot. This is a couple more.
Sweet.
And this here, he got involved in the game. He's playing a doubles. So this shows him here playing doubles. Here's to
Wow.
watch a couple more. So now it's growing. Goes
Yeah.
from first two players hitting the ball up and down. Now he's got it where it's more like a doubles game.
Mm-hmm.
And
Frozen. All right, good.
and
I'm
this
like,
is
it was
just
you or the video. I'm like, wait. Yeah, all right, we're good. We got 3 more minutes.
so this is just a continuation of those little lessons he's showing here. Kansas is another one who just bought his racket just to play in my meetup group.
Mm-hmm.
And they always like to get the nice starter racket, which isn't a mistake. To
Yeah.
just start off with that little starter racket, it's very light, and then you slowly move up, and then years later you realize the starter racket all it
Mm-hmm.
was just a little simple, like almost like a toy racket to start off with. But so that is just a sample of what was going on this weekend, and I really got valuable information about that player, um, who was named Mendelheim Mueller, who
Oh,
was an excellent top player when I was younger, and always was pointing out that I was listed as number one player and things like that. So that was really amazing. And so I think that was really somehow some kind of coincidence that took place. That from the last podcast, I didn't really remember the player's first name and was just explaining some
yeah.
things years ago that he played in California. And somehow I was able to get this whole thing with Karl stopping over, Mr. Karl Lee. So that was really excellent. And I even referenced him, one of the players from the group who was a young player, wants to get into playing college and pro tennis. So I have to see how that works out to see if that progresses
Yeah.
further. So that's really good. So some new connections this weekend have worked out really amazing.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for that, John. We do have to wrap up here today. How can we contact you
Of
and
course.
bring it out?
Sure. I think from my business side, it's www.johnriggio.com. For tennis, you can just go to my Facebook page. It is John Riggio Pro Tennis Player. I show all of the videos from the podcast. I have them listed on there and have all kinds of extra pictures and links on there. They're really good.
Beautiful. Always a pleasure having you, seeing you. And we can pick up a copy of the book. Well, anywhere. Barnes& and Nobles, right?
Yes.
Amazon. Just search. Go to the website. We'll find you there. And don't forget to join his Facebook page. What is it?
My Facebook page is John Riggio Pro Tennis Player.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day, darling. And we'll talk soon. Thank you for always sharing. I love the videos. I wish we had sound though, right? I wonder if we can get sound sent up, but we never have sound, but I don't know if that's possible, right?
I'll have to figure out, see if we can get it to work on the,
Me too. Me too.
you know.
I want to hear what every like, oh, with the ball. All right. Have a good day, hon. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.